yards. 3rd and 14 yards to go for Johnson and his Knights, who again trail 10-0. Cooper dispatched to the far side. Dickinson to the near side right. The running backs are Thau and English, and penalty markers down. We have seen a lot of that this evening.
Well, it's hard to tell who they're going to call that on. I'm not sure. Look, I saw motion on UCF. I wasn't sure if there was contact on by the Trojans also.
Our referee this evening, the man in charge of this game, Bob McLaughlin.
Dead ball foul. False start. Offense. Still 3rd down.
That is the 15th penalty of the game, and that is the 9th assessed against UCF. They have him for 7 there. Maybe my math is off. No, our man with the magic numbers this evening, Richie Wolf, our statistician, was correct. 9 penalties. Rich is in midseason form. The ball marched back to the 38-yard line. Cooper and Rhodes, twin receivers to the top of your picture, to Johnson's left. He'll be looking that way. Cox, guns, throwing it deep downfield, and it's incomplete. He overshoots the intended receiver in Cooper at the Trojan 38-yard line. Leonard Wheeler, the cornerback there, number 3, was stride for stride with Rhodes rather than Cooper. Rhodes, the freshman, who has a reception this evening. Good for 17 yards. And to punt, here is Russ Salerno. William Covington stands at his 24-yard line, a 10-man rush. Salerno with time. Kicks it very high. Calling for and falling backward, but safely holding onto the ball is Covington. And from that point, Troy State has the football once again, nursing a 10-point third quarter lead. 12:26 to go in this quarter of football as the punt sailed 35 yards and quite high off the leg of that man in Salerno. The Trojans with the lead. And the football. Russ Young, the starting quarterback, who's gone all the way tonight, has McCombs along with Coleman in the backfield, and Coleman, who had to be helped off the field, is helped backwards by Clifford Cole. Cole sent him to the sideline a little earlier. He was sending him into his own backfield that time, 2nd down.
One of the things Deke Pollard probably said at halftime message was that the first half of this ball game, they controlled the line of scrimmage. They won the battle in the trenches. You see up front now, UCF must control that line of scrimmage and did a good job the last series in that play of stopping any penetration or any run by the running back.
Covington, the wide receiver, to the bottom of your screen. Hall is dispatched to the far side. A gain of 2, 2nd and 8. The blitz is on. Pulling it down is Russ Young. Maybe a yard. He saw he was in a lot of trouble early, didn't he, Gary?
Well, he read it real well. Matter of fact, he dropped straight back. This is a drop back pattern. He was looking downfield. Did a good job of stepping up into the pocket, Paul. And when he did, he broke. He saw clear ground. What saved that from being a first down was Clifford Cole reached out with his big hand and grabbed him by the ankle.
3rd and 8. In this situation in the first half, Troy State threw to its tight end. Once to Dwight, once to Lineberger. What do they do here? It's definitely going to be a pass. Young guns, and Dwight can't hold on to it this time. Yeah, they were thinking tight end, but UCF's Rick Hamilton, the All-American, like us, knew they'd probably be heading to that big target, and he was there to break it up. That's quite a battle. Hamilton, the All-American, and Dwight right there, the big target.
A good call on your part. That was a good call, Paul. Again, these are tendencies we saw in the first half. They like to go their tight end.
That's the first incompletion, Gary, of this game for Young. Under a heavy rush, a low-line drive off the leg of Glass. Dickinson will go down immediately. Kick coverage has been superb on the part of Troy State. Twice tonight, Dickinson says, "What can I do?" They were all over me. A 34-yard line drive, and Jason Crook who snapped it, was the first man down there to wrap up Dickinson.
Good coverage. Anytime you put 10 men up there, Dickinson's probably not going to see much of a chance to return much.
Well, still plenty of time to go in this football game. 10:57 remaining in the third. 10-0. Troy State with the lead. UCF now with the football, and it's English across midfield and deep into Trojan territory. It's a 44-yard line. But there is a penalty marker laying back at the 39 of UCF. And the call will be a procedure call against the Knights. We'll bring it back.
Unbelievable. Boy, I tell you what, I know Gene McDowell, I know Mike Krusick up in the press box, the offensive coordinator, is saying, we called the right play. We had a great block in that time. Go forth, Paris on the end. Everybody opened a nice hole.
5-yard penalty, still first down.
And there was a nice run that time, a run that we've been needing real bad. And then we have a penalty on the offense.
5 yards stepped off again. That is the 10th penalty of this football game against Gene McDowell's ball club. So you erase that huge gain there, a better than 20 yards by English. This really becomes like a 30-yard penalty. First and 15. English will try it again. Wide open. 50, 45, 40, a foot race. 30, 25, 23. English says, hey, I can do that again. And he explodes in the secondary.
Derek Connor does a great job of opening up a big hole there on the left side, and Willie English was able to find the seam and does a beautiful job of getting the first down.
Rick Leach, the free safety, rode down English after a gain of 44.
I believe Leach was the only man that could have caught him.
The biggest gainer tonight for either team, trailing by 10, first and 10 at the Troy State 22. Johnson with an I formation. Will give it to Thau, and Thau is hit hard as he comes inside the 20. Down to the 18-yard line. The inside linebacker, 230-pound Charles Bush. Hit him a good shot. And there's a player shaken up, and time is taken by the referee. It's a Troy State Trojan laying down at the 13-yard line, and that man is Aaron Durgan, the junior linebacker.
Paul, what I like so far the second half is that UCF offensive line has taken it to the defense of the Trojans. We're controlling the line of scrimmage. That's an important fact. That allows running backs like English and Down and Anderson to get a chance to get some big gainers. And that's what's happening so far. So that whole offensive line has done a great job so far the second half.
Durgan back to his feet, apparently just having the wind knocked out of him. And play will be resumed, given that it's an official timeout in just a moment. English not once but twice. He had, what, 70 yards and 2 snaps. He'll get credit, but for 44 of them.
He probably walked back to Ron and said, Ron, I like that play. There was a nice hole there. Derek did a good job playing before. He'll do it again. Let's do it again.
Alex Goforth opened up that hole. There is English. Tonight, English 9 carries, 84 yards. He sets behind the quarterback and Ron Johnson, the senior. On second down and 6, Johnson out of the backfield. Thau has it inside the 10. Shoulder pads at the 5. Fighting to the 3. Ron Thau has become an effective weapon out of the backfield. For quarterback Ron Johnson hauling in passes.
What makes
safety and Leach, pardon me, Gary, knocked him down.
What makes it so effective was that Thau steps up like he's going to block, and it's a play-action fake, and he slips out. The coverage now has dropped back to take the deep man. Thau leaks out of the backfield, makes a nice catch, and he's down now for first and goal.
The deepest penetration this evening by the University of Central Florida. Trailing 10-0 midway through the third. A gain of 16 on that completion. Now with 2 tight ends in the game. English for the end zone. Touchdown, UCF! The Knights Knights have scored their first touchdown of 1991.
It was only proper that the man that scored was the man that led them down the field.
John Moore, the quick side tackle, with a devastating block on that left side. The 270-pound sophomore from Port St. Lucie. And here is Grilla to make this a 10-7 game, which he does. The Knights have driven the length of the football field, and it is England who ripped off a 44-yard gain, who carries this one over from 3. And the Knights trail, but by 3 at 10-7.
You're going to see on replay if we get a shot at it.
We'll have that replay, Gary, in just a moment. 10-7 your score. More on CB in a moment.
I hope when people see Subway, bells go off and they think, good sandwich. We don't deep fry or freeze dry. Everything's fresh. Each morning I slice tomatoes, onions. I even bake the bread. These days people think a lot about what food to eat. Nothing's more honest than a good sandwich. So if the body's a temple, this is the place to come when the temple gets hungry.
For 25 years, Subway has quietly made some of the best sandwiches anywhere, starting at $1.69. For more information, visit the Subway near you.
There is excitement in Citrus Bowl Stadium tonight in Orlando. The 11th-ranked Knights have taken a while to score, but they have finally put a touchdown on the board. Trailing still at 10-7. Here is Franco Grilla kicking to Eddie Coleman along with William Covington in twin safeties. This will be Covington from his 5. Across the 10, the 15 quickly, running room 20, 25, 30, upfield 35 out of bounds, into his bench, right on the 35-yard line stripe. A 30-yard return by the fleet-footed William Covington, the junior college transfer from Brady, Texas. And yeah, give that man some refreshment. Here's the touchdown gallop by English.
Yeah, it was a steamroller left, they call it. They bring Moore in, they make a tight end along with Budo out there. They actually have 5 men on one side, and they call it steamroller. English falls back and just picks a hole, and he goes in untouched.
Johnson trying to keep UCF from gathering momentum, dispatches McCombs in motion, pitches it back to Lovejoy. Lovejoy with flags flying, turns the corner, and rambles out to the 43-yard line. But I believe this one is coming back. That was thrown in the vicinity of where normally you will have a holding call.
The man guilty of that was David McCombs that time, the fullback that was leading the block. David got out front and actually tackled. You see number 44 right there. Watch him take Buckley right there. He tackles Dave
Holding,
Buckley.
offense, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Pretty good stop on Buckley, huh?
Yes, he did. I'd rather call him, it's David McCombs on Eric Buckley. He went out there and tackled old Eric out there, and that's what they called a penalty on.
That was a costly mistake. Instead of being second down and about 3 yards to go, it's now 1st and 17 for Troy State, a team which won only 5 games a year ago under Robert Maddox. He moved on. Larry Blakely came in, and they're expecting better things in 91. Play action. Good job of faking by Young, and now he's going to have to scramble, and he throws it away. Chucked that one into the stands because he was feeling the intense heat of Big Bob Knott. Knott was applying pressure from his defensive end position, and Young had to get rid of the football.
Well, you'll see here as the instant replay shows. Now, right out there's Bob. There's Clifford Cole coming at him. Bob did a loop outside, came around the outside. He had protection on the inside. When he did that, he forced Young, the quarterback, to step up, and there was Clifford Cole.
The Knights won 7 of the 8 games they played in this stadium a year ago. The crowd is behind them again now. It's 2nd and 17 as Young works from the shotgun, sets up the screen to Covington over the middle. Now this guy can fly. He's to the 40. Upfield to the 43-yard line, 2 yards shy of a first down. But that flanker screen worked nicely there, a big gainer. 14 yards on the completion. Young floating the screen to the Texan in Covington.
Covington that time lined up to the wide side of the left side and actually did it just like a screen that you use in the middle to your fullback. or your tailback, except they use the flanker. Let everybody through. He tugs 3 steps back, hit his receiver. Nice game.
Lance Sasser left. Covington right. Big play here.